following my soul's calling, even though everyone thought it was crazy, actually led me to where I am today. And I'm so grateful for it because it's allowed my own self-healing. It's allowed me to write this book, Beautifully Brave, right here.
And there's a lot of people on here who are super excited to meet you. And I already gave a real brief intro about how amazing you are and everything that you're doing and everything that you've done for the world. But I would love if you could just, because there's definitely people here who haven't yet met you, if you could give everyone just like a little bit of background, like how you, because I found your story so powerful when you shared it last week. And I would love for people to hear kind of that part of your journey and how you got to the evolution of Girl Talk.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, first, I'm so excited to be on here with you, Serena. You're so special. Gift for the world. All of your amazing people and friends that are on right now. Hi. I'm so excited to meet you. I can't see the comments, so hopefully things will start updating. But yeah, so let's see, where do I start? I knew that I wanted to be an entrepreneur always. And I knew that I wanted to support women. I don't know where that came from. It was just a calling in my own soul. And I went through a lot of hardships in my life, from sexual assault, emotional and physical abuse. And because of that, I really cared so much about helping other people. So naturally, I thought, how do you help people? You become a doctor or you become a psychologist. So I went to study my master's. And during that program, and right before I was going to get my PhD, I actually decided not to move forward, and I decided to go for my dream and move to LA. And when I moved to LA, I was doing everything possible to be able to live here, selling credit card machines, anything that I could possibly do. And following my soul's calling, even though everyone thought it was crazy, actually led me to where I am today. And I'm so grateful for it because it's allowed my own self-healing. It's allowed me to write this book, Beautifully Brave, right here. And I saw it in the background.
Yes. I don't know if you can still see, but I loved it. So someone just said, I'm buying this book today. Yes, you definitely have to go. And then if you look at my pinned comment, you'll see Sarah's Instagram account. And so make sure you go and you follow her, and you can follow Girl Talk as well. But you'll find all the information where to buy the book, buy it in your local bookstores, you can buy it on Amazon. It's just a gorgeous book, and I love it. So.
Thank you. It just hit bestsellers list yesterday. So
oh my God, that's amazing.
50 in women's health or something, and we're about to hit 2 other categories. So I'm so grateful. And
oh my God, Sarah, that's amazing. Wait, can you repeat that? Because you cut out, and I want to make sure everybody hears this, that it just hit with New York Times.
No, oh my goodness. No, not New York Times, but bestseller on Amazon.
Bestseller on Amazon, that's major. Yeah. Like, that's huge, you guys. Yeah. And I'm so grateful for all of you who are saying that you're going to support it, buying this book for your girlfriend. That is beautiful. I love it. And that's what I was sharing when and I don't know if you can see, Sarah, I'm going to hold up the book right now and show everyone how absolutely gorgeous it is, because it's not just a book that teaches you about how to love yourself and how to care for yourself and take care of yourself, but it's also just a beautiful book to look at, just to look through. And if you could share that a little bit. I know that people can see me holding it up, but it's almost like I can just turn to a page, and even if I don't look at any other chapter, I'm learning something from that page, which I love about your book.
Yeah, so I wrote the book for every woman, but also myself. It might sound weird, but I put all the practices that I do and the things that continue to change my life and continue to have me deeper in my self-love. So I use it in the morning to just open up a page and get a message for myself too. Like right now, I just opened up a page of regret, and we can so many times get stuck in regret or self-doubt. So if you open this page, it's just a reminder of how to move out of that. And made it to be beautiful because my intention was for when you pick it up, you just feel the love and empowerment that's coming from yourself, not necessarily coming from the book or anything that the words are the words aren't having you stand in your power. You're really having yourself stand in that power.
Mm-hmm.
I look at it more than just a book. It's really a movement for women, especially like if everyone could drop in the comments like something that you know that's on your soul, or something that you know, or there's like a pulling for you to do something or create something or go somewhere. And that's getting back to my story. That's where I ended up going to LA and being able to just do everything that I wanted to do that's brought me to this moment, and also to meet amazing friendships like with Serena. Like, I'm so grateful, and we have such an amazing friendship group and women doing things in the world. And I wouldn't have been able to do that or be around such beautiful people without working and continuously working on my self-love.
Yes. That's so beautiful. And I'm so grateful for you and this beautiful connection that we have, and like you said, our beautiful community of women. And, I posted, when I shared that we're going to do this talk, I had a lot of different questions come in. And one of the biggest questions that kind of came through several times was, how do you find your community? How did you build your community? And that was a question that kind of came up over and over. And I think that especially because of 2020, even though there is virtual, there is online, that's been even more challenging for people. So you are a creator, you are someone that connects, that brings in and empowers women specifically, but all people, and you're a creator of that. What are some I don't really want to say takeaway, because we'll talk about that at the end, but like, what's some guidance that you can give to people, and women especially, about how they can go about creating or connecting to a community?
Yeah, so I was there before when I first moved to LA. It was like a year or two before I really found my community. And the best way that I was able to do that was by focusing on myself. Mm-hmm. Stop focusing on the fact that I didn't have it, and put that belief in that it was out there somewhere, and that all I needed to do was continue my self-growth so that I could be on that same energy with those people that are meant. And so the more that I did that, I met like one person on Instagram or one person out randomly. And now I have so many people surrounding me, and it's really all about intention. And then also just knowing that you're so worthy of that, and not settling in your friendships and your relationships. I know that it's really hard, but I promise you that you will find your people. And the more that you choose yourself and don't abandon yourself with your standards or your boundaries, those people will come to you.
Yes. I love that. And it's so true. And it's such a good reminder, right? Because I would say that it's taken me time too, to really look around and just, just take a breath in a moment and realize I'm surrounded by just beautiful, incredible souls. But it absolutely came from doing the work, like working on myself, working on my self-care, working on my self-love and acceptance, working on removing judgment of myself, which is something that I feel like we oscillate, right? It's like you work on it and they can come back, and a different situation comes up and they can come back. So, for anyone who feels challenged by that, like what Sarah said is so true and so beautiful, just like focus on you, because you create that energy. And it sounds silly when we say your vibe attracts your tribe, but it's actually very true. Right?
Yeah, and like that you focus on, like for me, I totally was there. I just kept focusing on not having it, and I just kept, like, what's the saying where it's like what you focus on, you know what I'm talking about, like
create, like you
flows. And I just feel like when I just started to believe that things would change, it did start changing. And then another thing is give what you want, like put out what you want to have in return. So put those people that you feel that connection with, that same energy, and also create communities. Like I started creating like dinners and events or Zoom calls with women that I wanted to get to know, and that really made a difference as well.
Yeah, and I think that you saying the title of your book being beautifully brave, it's a reminder, like you have to be a little brave, you kind of have to like take that first step, and you have to be willing to kind of dive deeper into yourself and maybe like heal old wounds and put yourself out there and not worry about what the response will be, not worry about, what someone else may say or think. And we spend so much of our time, I think, just as women, right? We spend so much time sort of worried about what other people will think, pleasing, and making sure we're accepted by someone else. We need to focus that energy towards ourselves. Right?
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's something that we've been taught for so many generations. Like the people kind of goes in with the caring about what people think. And the minute that you realize you're only harming yourself by doing that and also creating it to keep going for generations and generations, that's when you really decide, like, I'm going to be a part of this new way, and also the way that it really should be and what it's meant to be, to only install more love in us, but also in others.
Yeah, and that's what I think we sometimes forget that as well. It's like the more we love ourselves, the more we accept ourselves, the more we expand our ability to love others, to do more for others, and to accept that which is going on around us. And I think that is something really important, something that a lot of people are kind of struggling with right now, looking around at what is around them. There were a lot of questions about your practices, like what is your routine like what are your non-negotiable practices that you have learned through this process? And I'm sure a lot of it's in the book, so you guys make sure you get the book, but what are a few that you could share now?
Yeah, of course. After every chapter in the book, I do all of these practices, and like homework sounds like it's work, but it's actually like amazing inner work at the end of each chapter. But for me, I'll say some of them. I don't know if anyone else has struggled with a morning routine. Like you could drop it in the chat. Like if you're like, oh, I don't have time for that hour morning routine, or, I used to study people's morning routines and be like, oh, that doesn't really sit with me. That's not alignment with my energy. So I started taking bits and pieces of things that I saw and just coming up with this 5-minute morning routine. And I talk about it in the book, and it's so beautiful. It has made such an impact on my life, other people's lives that I share it with. And I start my day in gratitude, where I just continuously say, thank you, thank you, thank you when I wake up. So I can start my day with that energy in my body of gratitude, because the way we start our day is so important. Like, think about when you started a bad day, or you picked up your phone and you got a text message that annoyed you. You really carry that throughout the rest of your day. So your partner or your kids or your family or yourself. So I do that, and then I set an intention for my day. I set basically for anything that I do, even before coming on and talking with you, I set an intention for the energy to have in the room, in the space. So I set an intention for the day. I do a tiny bit of journaling, which I have a bunch of prompts in the book for. And then really try to do just a minute of silence for myself, because you don't know what the day is going to bring. And that in itself has been, it might sound simple, but anyone can do it no matter how busy you are. And the way that it works, not only scientifically, but also because you're starting your day giving to you, and you're nourishing that little girl inside to be like, you're worthy of me starting my day off giving and pouring into you. And the more that your inner child knows that you have her or his back, the more that you just feel that love, that real self-love inside. And the thing is that our self-love literally has the power to impact the world for good or for bad. And because if you think about it, when you're really low and you're not in a good place, what energy are you bringing out into the world? You're probably annoyed. You might cause conflict. And then if you're really loving yourself and really happy, you're really giving out love. So I believe that it's not only our personal responsibility for ourselves, but also for the world to really constantly be deepening our self-love.
That's so beautiful. And you emanate that, and you teach that, and you really embody that. And I'm so much about service, and healthy girl. Yes, right. So wise. She is so wise, right? Because it's so simple. And I talk a lot about morning routines as well. And I echo what you say when I say it's not a lot, that you need to do, whether or not it's an hour or it's 45 minutes or whatever it is, to really honor that this time is your time.
Yeah.
And to really make it kind of non-negotiable, that this time you set aside is for you. then it just kind of helps ground you into your day and it empowers you.
Yeah.
And what you said about gratitude, that's how I start my day as well. I mean, that is honestly like the single most important thing I think that I can share with our community as something that you can do that doesn't cost you a thing. It doesn't even really cost time because you're just thinking. They're like thoughts, and whether you do it at the beginning of your day, I do, and Sarah does. I mean, I kind of do it throughout my day. You know, I can be driving and, you know, at a stoplight, and then I'll kind of like go through the things that I'm grateful for and just say thank you and honor the beautiful things that are happening in my life with people that I know. Or this moment here, you know, I was like you, I was meditating and I really was like, oh, I'm so grateful that I'm connected with Sarah now. We had a chance to get to know each other. It was like so beautiful. And just something as simple as that can really change the trajectory of your day. And as you do it every single day, it changes the trajectory of your life, right? And that's what you teach so beautifully in this book, you guys. I mean, look at this book. So for those of you that are maybe popped on as we were talking, if you go to my pinned comment, you'll see Sarah's Instagram account, and you'll also see GirlTalk Network. You'll see both accounts. Go and check out this book, or go take a look at this book, take a screenshot, and go to your local bookstore, because it's at Barnes & Noble, right? Is it everywhere at Barnes & Noble?
Yeah.
So go and get this book, because it's a perfect gift. And we've got, I guess there's already been a lot of graduations, and it's not too late. Like this, I feel like it's such a perfect gift book as well. Like it's not, you want one for yourself, for sure you want one for yourself, but you also want one for all the women in your life. And just, it's just a beautiful, beautiful book to have. Oh, I love it. Ordering from Amazon. Yay. Okay, good. I love that. So we shared about some of your morning practices, right? Can you walk someone through, because I can hold it up, but it's a bigger book. Can you kind of walk someone through, like when they get this book, we talked a little bit about homework, we talked some about the quotes, that like, just so you can, as someone who, you know, can't really see the book, flip through it so that they can see and know what they're gifting to someone, so they get it as a gift.
So I love that you said that, because it truly really is a gift. It's also a gift for yourself, but other people. Like in the beginning, when a lot of questions came up, like, how do you find your people? How do you, deepen friendships? And this book actually does that, because the more that people are taking care of themselves, and the more that they're really doing the work, the healthier their relationships are. So if you're gifting your family or your friends, then they're going to be able to have the tools when you have conflicts to be able to talk through that. They're also going to have the tools to deepen your relationship. And now, I don't know about you, when I was younger, it took a while to develop like deep friendships. And a lot of them were surface for me because I didn't know how to do the work. But now, Serena, like in such a short period of time, I already felt so close to you. And I feel like when you do the work, you're able to I actually got chills when I said that. Yeah, I know. I'm like, when you do the work, you're able to develop deep friendships so fast, because you can recognize when that person's supposed to be in your life. And then you're able to just deepen that. And also when you come against like any conflict, you guys have the tools and the language to support each other. So it's really not only like such an amazing gift, but it's a movement, which I think on this planet deserve to be a part of and deserve to be living. It's been a hard year. Like, let's start finishing the future. Like, let's start now for it to be really strong and deeply connected years to come. But hopefully you guys can see this. This is just the chapter outline of the book. And I made it only 7 chapters, and I had it be a journey. So where you could literally read it all in one sitting, or you could do what Serena said and come to it every morning, put it in your morning routine, or be like, hey, I'm feeling a certain way. What kind of message do you have for me today? And open it to a page. There's these love notes, there's homework, there's reminders, there's practices that are actually like scientifically have the backing. Because I know there's some people out there that are like, okay, but how does this really work? Like, why should I do this?
Right.
I'll show you. See, there's just like ways to cultivate happiness, ways to cultivate self-love. There's after personalized to you for self-care, because everyone's self-care is different. We're all different. It doesn't work for all of us. And then it really ends with just how to connect to your soul and make those big decisions. because we're going to have so many big decisions in our life and so many transitions. It really teaches you and all packages it up to trust your intuition and go for those scary things and live beautifully brave. Just like when I dropped out of my program and moved to LA, like, so just all the things that it's basically like all the things that you're going to go through in your life at some point, and just having something that's next to you, like your best friend, to just make it easier and more profound and deep for you.
Yes, and I 100% agree with that, you guys. I mean, and real quick, I'm just going to acknowledge some people on here, perfectly written and set up. Each page is beautiful. Thank you so much. Lynn said she bought it for her daughter and her friend. Thank you so much. Someone else said, I can't wait to read this beautiful book. Someone asked if it's on Audible. I don't know. Is it on Audible?
Not on Audible yet. I am going to be recording it in the next couple of weeks. The reason I didn't do it on Audible yet is just because I really wanted to be in people's hands.
Yes.
And also something that like you spot in your room or in your bed.
Yes. It's almost like a little treasure. So, Robin, I will order it ASAP. I love it, you guys. I'm so grateful to all of you guys. And you know what? It's something, I love it. I'm grateful. I'm grateful to you for supporting Sarah, but I'm grateful to you for supporting this movement and for supporting yourself. You know, like this is what we're talking about here. We're talking about loving yourself. We're talking about giving and gifting yourself. You know, and when I say treasure, it's like a little book of treasures. It's like beautiful. There's quotes, there's teachings, there's learnings. There's so much in it that like you can literally just read it from front to back cover, or you can open it up anytime. And it's going to be one of those books that even after you read it front to back, you're going to crack it open and be like, oh yeah, that's right. And that was the message that you needed to receive. And, you know, something that Sarah said that was so beautiful, and I'm so grateful for that, was just about our connection and how as you work on yourself, your connections become deep in a very short period of time. And that, now that we're there, you know, like it is such a gift. It is such a gift. I can look back and realize like, wow, to be in a place where I can be authentically me and feel safe and feel loved because the energies that are around me are in alignment. You guys, there's hundreds of you guys on here. You guys are all a part of that energy. You're here for a reason. You know, you're here because your energy is very much in alignment with ours. Yeah. And you're here and you're seeing this book, and you're a part of this movement that Sarah's created. And so know that, like, even if you're not quite sure, you feel like you might, like you already have a community here. You know, you have a community with me, you have a community with Sarah, you have a community with Beautifully Brave, and we're all a community together. So just know that, like the fact that you're even here, watching and hearing and being a part of this conversation, you are a part of this community. So can't wait. Yay, I love all these messages about getting the book, you guys.
Oh, I'm so crazy that I can't see you or see the comments, but I can feel the love. And I just want to say that, Serena, like everyone that's on, like you are a part of our community, and we are this just amazing group of leaders that are really going to change the world by doing this work. And I can feel that love very strong. So it's a testament to not only Serena, but just all of you that are on here right now.
Yes, you guys are amazing. I wish you could see all the hearts, Sarah. Like I wish you could see all these hearts and all these messages and all these like comments and all these emojis, and but I know that you feel it because you're someone, you really feel energy in the room, and you feel energy from a person, and that's the other thing that you also learn, just not just from the book, but being a part of this movement and this experience, is that you really start to connect, and you can connect with Robin, for example. Robin and I got on a call because she was a part of a challenge that we did, and I was able to gift a Reiki session to Robin one, and we were able to connect there, and we could feel each other there as well. And so it's so amazing what you're doing, Sarah, and I'm truly like so grateful for everything that you're doing. I'm grateful for this movement. I think we need to do more stuff. I can't wait.
I know.
Like we do. And I think, and you guys send me hearts. Like I want to see hearts if you guys want to do more Beautifully Brave, more community, more girl talk, more togetherness. I love it. Yay! I see all that. It's beautiful.
The hearts. That makes me so excited.
Yeah, I know. This is just, it's so beautiful, you guys. And also, you know, if you're just meeting Sarah for the first time today, first of all, congrats, because you're so lucky. But definitely go and look at her account, because she's done amazing work, and there's so much beauty and inspiration to what she does. And going back to what she said, just about connections, you know, and connecting with people, when you can connect with that energy of beauty and just authenticity and self-love, like, even if it's someone else, it's almost like they're your coach or your mentor. And you actually do that too, Sarah, right? So are you still taking people on as a coach to them or a mentor?
Different opportunities, but the thing that I'm most excited about is for everyone that buys the book, there's a place that we're all going to be in a Facebook group just to continue the movement. And I would love to Serena, so we can have more conversations. And yeah, there's just so many opportunities, and I'm really excited for more community-based things, especially around living beautifully brave.
Yes. Okay. I love it. So you guys go to the Facebook group as well. So if you buy the book, then you'll be able to be a part of this Facebook group. We can continue to connect that way. And I just really want you to sit with this moment. Like, you have this, and I'm going to hold up the book one more time so you can see how beautiful this book is. Sit with this moment and this conversation and Sarah's beautiful energy, and know that you're a part of it, and know that you can also create it, like, within your own space. And I just want you to know, like, how actually real and tangible that is. And when you get this book, you can literally, like what Sarah said, you can, like, feel that energy empowering yourself, even with just the book. It is just, it's so beautiful. And I actually need to get a few more copies, because I need to get it for everyone on my team. So before I'm doing that, as soon as we get off, I'm sure some of the girls are on here. So I'm going to get to it for all the girls on our team. So that's basically, like, thank you guys so much for being here. And Sarah, is there anything else you want to? Oh, good, Robin, she just ordered it. Yay!
Hey, Robin.
Is there anything that you want? Like, what are some? We already talked about, like, your morning routine. People always like me to ask about, like, maybe 3 takeaways, which I hadn't been doing until recently because I always forget. So I'm so glad I remember right now. But, you know, maybe it's like, leave us with 3 takeaways from your journey, you know, from where you started, and taking that first big brave step to the courage to write this book and to put it out there in the world.
Yeah. So one takeaway for me that I'll leave with you guys too is that our intuition is so incredibly powerful. If you have something like tugging at you or something that you can't stop thinking about, it's because you're supposed to do that, and your soul remembers that. Yeah. So hard as it is, and this book will support you in that, and also being in more communities where we're talking about these things, just remember that those are signs that it's going to happen, even though it might feel like, why is it taking so long? And the more that you just step into those brave moments and trust yourself, it's all going to come into alignment perfectly. That's something that I remind myself of, and think of so many things in my life that have lined up because of that, even when it felt really scary. The thing that I always come back to is that loving yourself and just deepening that and having that relationship and friendship with yourself, the one that you crave to be seen and understood from people, your inner child, whatever you want to call it, your inner voice also really wants that and craves that from you. And the more that you do that, the more you're going to live in joy. 3, gosh, there's so many different things, but I think that the takeaway that I want everyone that's listening and every single person in the world to know is that you're worthy. You don't have to have a reason. You just are worthy. And the only job that you have is just to fill yourself up and bring as much joy to your life as possible, and remind yourself daily that you're worthy of everything that you want to have in this life.
Oh, it's so beautiful. Yes, I agree on every point that you had. Yes. Thank you so much. That was just beautiful. And I'm so grateful too that you came on and you're able to share. And I really wanted my community to meet you and connect with you. And so thank you so much. And I know you're traveling this week, so I'll see you when you get back for sure.
Yeah.
And thank you guys so much.
Acknowledge you, Serena, just like the most like strong, feminine, kind. You just have this light that everywhere you go, people feel like so loved by you. And I know your community feels that. And I'm so grateful to have you in my life, and just so grateful to be doing this work for you with you and for all that's ahead.
Oh, thank you so much. So much love to you, honey, and so much love to all of you guys. Thank you for staying on with us. Thank you for buying the book. Thank you for joining the movement. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see you guys in this Facebook group, and I'm excited to do more with all of you.
Yeah.
All right. Yay! All right, love you guys. Love you, babe. And I'll talk to you soon. Okay, bye.
Guys.